Welcome to our journey through time, tracing the pathways of our ancestors. Human migration isn't just a chapter from history, it's the bedrock of our civilization. From the plains of Africa to the far reaches of the Pacific Islands, every step and settlement has shaped our world. Consider this, nearly 60,000 years ago, a small group left their African homeland, crossing hostile landscapes and vast seas. They carried little more than the bare essentials and a desire to explore unknown horizons. Today, their descendants are found in every corner of the globe. This story of movement is not confined to the past. It continues to influence our societies and cultures in profound ways. In this video, we will explore the epic saga of human migrations from the ancient exodus out of Africa to the great age of exploration and into the modern era of globalization. We'll uncover the forces that drove our ancestors to new horizons, examine the incredible impact of their journeys on civilization, and reflect on how migration continues to shape our world today. Join us as we unravel the stories of resilience, innovation, and the indomitable human spirit that propelled these journeys across continents and centuries. Let's discover how migrations have made us who we are. Part 1. Origins of Human Migration. Let's delve into the beginnings of our migratory tale with the out-of-Africa theory. This pivotal concept in anthropology suggests that all modern humans originated from a small population in Africa. Recent genetic analyses have lent tremendous support to this theory. For instance, DNA extracted from fossils and living humans shows a clear lineage tracing back to Africa, confirming that the genetic diversity we see today started from a surprisingly narrow gene pool. But what propelled our ancestors to venture out of their homelands? Two major factors were climate change and technological advancements. As the Earth's climate fluctuated, creating both lush and desert landscapes, our ancestors had to adapt, innovate, or move. Tools and technology, from simple stone implements to complex hunting weapons, allowed them to exploit new environments and resources, facilitating further dispersion. Turning to archaeology, sites like Omo Kibish in Ethiopia, which have yielded some of the oldest known anatomically modern human remains, and Jebel Irhoud in Morocco provide crucial evidence of early human life and its spread across continents. These sites not only underline the out-of-Africa narrative, but also give us a window into the lives of the earliest humans outside Africa. However, this story is continually evolving. Alternative theories and new discoveries are painting a more complex picture of human migration. For instance, recent findings suggest there might have been multiple out-of-Africa events, and some studies propose interbreeding with other hominids like Neanderthals and Denisovans outside Africa. These interactions highlight a more intricate web of human movement and adaptation than previously thought. As we piece together these fragments of our past, we gain not only a deeper understanding of where we come from, but also how the migratory instincts that drove our ancestors still influence global dynamics today. Part 2. Major prehistoric migrations. As modern humans ventured out of Africa, they embarked on several epic journeys that would shape the course of human history. One of the most significant was the migration into Asia. This movement was not merely a journey over land, but an exploration of diverse and challenging new territories. Over time, these paths led some groups to the land bridge known as Beringia, connecting Asia to North America during the Ice Ages. This route facilitated the first human entries into the Americas, where they would eventually spread all the way to the southern tip of South America. Simultaneously, another wave of modern humans was making its way into Europe. This migration led to significant interactions with the Neanderthals, our ancient cousins who had adapted to the European climate and landscape over hundreds of thousands of years. The evidence suggests a complex relationship between our species and Neanderthals, involving both competition and interbreeding. This interaction ultimately led to the Neanderthals' disappearance, but not before they had left a genetic legacy in modern Europeans. Turning our gaze towards the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, we encounter the remarkable Austronesian migration. Originating from Taiwan, the Austronesians embarked on one of the longest and most impressive maritime migrations in human history. Their journey took them to the far corners of the Pacific, reaching as far as Madagascar to the west and Easter Island to the east. These navigators used advanced maritime technology and an intimate knowledge of the stars, winds, and ocean currents to find new islands to inhabit. These major prehistoric migrations illustrate not just the physical movement of populations, but but also the transfer of technologies, ideas, and cultures. They reveal the adaptability and ingenuity of early humans, whose legacy is evident in the genetic makeup and cultural practices of people around the world today. Part 3. Historical migrations that shaped the world. The classical period was marked by significant migrations that would lay the groundwork for modern societies. During this era, the Greeks set forth on extensive colonization efforts, establishing cities from the Mediterranean to the Black Sea. These colonies not only spread Greek culture but also established trade networks that linked disparate parts of the world. Meanwhile, Roman expansions further molded the cultural and political landscape of Europe. As Rome conquered and assimilated vast territories, it facilitated migrations within the empire, mixing populations, technologies, and ideas, and binding the continent with roads, laws, and Roman governance. Moving into the Dark Ages, Europe witnessed the reshaping of its borders and cultures through continuous migrations. The Slavic peoples expanded from Eastern Europe into the Balkans, which was then a melting pot of Roman and barbarian legacies. Around the same time, Norse explorers, known as Vikings, embarked on maritime voyages, reaching as far as the North American continent, Russia, and the Mediterranean. Their raids and settlements significantly affected the political dynamics of Europe. Further east, the Mongol invasions under Genghis Khan created one of the largest empires in history, as they swept across Asia and into Europe, drastically altering the demographics and power structures of the regions. Meanwhile, in the Middle Ages, Arab migrations brought profound changes to the religious and cultural makeup of the Middle East and North Africa. Following the teachings of Islam, Arab armies and traders moved swiftly across territories, spreading Islam from the Arabian Peninsula to North Africa and into the Iberian Peninsula. These movements were not just conquests, but also cultural and scientific exchanges, which included the spread of innovations such as algebra, the astrolabe, and the vast libraries of the Islamic Golden Age. These migrations demonstrate the powerful forces of human movement and the exchange of ideas, which have repeatedly reshaped societies throughout human history. Each wave of migration brought with it a blending of cultures, creating the complex tapestry of civilizations we know today. Part 4. Modern and contemporary migrations. In more recent history, the impact of European colonialism and the transatlantic slave trade marked profound shifts in global migration patterns. During the era of European expansion, millions were forcibly moved from Africa to the Americas, reshaping demographics and societies on both sides of the Atlantic. Simultaneously, colonial powers moved large numbers of their own populations to colonize and exploit distant lands, intertwining destinies across continents and seeding the roots of many modern geopolitical conflicts. The upheavals of the 20th century further demonstrated how migrations can reshape nations. World Wars I and II displaced millions as people fled battlefields, genocide, and political repression. The post-war period saw massive movements and exchanges of populations, especially in Europe and Asia, as new borders were drawn and old empires dissolved. The creation of new states and the redrawing of old ones prompted migrations on a scale not seen before, with profound implications for national identities and international relations. Today, migration remains a critical issue, driven by conflicts, economic disparities, and environmental challenges. The Syrian refugee crisis, for instance, has displaced millions, creating humanitarian needs and political debates across the globe. Moreover, the broader effects of globalization and climate change are prompting new migrations as people move in response to economic opportunities and environmental stresses. Current trends underscore the need for comprehensive international policies to manage the flow of people and assist those forced to migrate. These waves of modern and contemporary migrations not only remind us of the ongoing nature of human movement, but also challenge us to consider its implications for equality, security, and global cooperation. As we've explored the vast tapestry of human migrations, we see a world continuously shaped by the movement of peoples. These journeys have not only transformed societies, but have woven the very fabric of our interconnected global culture. Each migration carries with it stories of hardship and triumph, blending old worlds with new ideas. The path of human migration is far from complete. As we face global challenges like climate change, economic disparity, and geopolitical conflicts, the flow of migration will continue to play a crucial role in shaping our societies. Embracing this dynamic will be key to building a more cohesive and resilient world as we navigate the complexities of the 21st century together.